Chef Kate in the kitchen here. It's that time of year. Apples are everywhere in Detroit right now. And you can use apples for all kinds of things. Apple crisp, apple pie, apples. Caramel apple for Halloween. But today we're going to do small batch apple cider vinegar. And apple cider vinegar is also something you can use for a lot of things. Cleaning, a skin toner, helps. This sounds counterintuitive, but it's also good for heartburn and reducing your blood sugar. So we're going to start with 1 gallon jar here, and we're going to start with some ugly apples because you don't have to use the best apples for apple cider vinegar. And then I have this handy little pourer because we also don't want the seeds, because the seeds contain, what do they contain?
Is it cyanide?
Cyanide, that's right. Thanks, T. So we're going to take 5 apples and we're going to get the seeds out. I might need a little paring knife. Be right back. Okay. So we're going to get the seeds out. And we're going to use a diversity of different kinds of apples because everything's better in a diverse environment. Oh well. Juggling is not my forte, but cooking sometimes is. When you're a gardener, you got to wear a lot of different hats. And before I break out my Carhartt jacket, I decided to get my chef jacket out and do some stuff in the kitchen. So one of the things I did was I like to make small batches of vinegars, and I have this one is a fig because I was gifted some beautiful figs that grew in Detroit, and I didn't get a chance to eat them right away, so they were getting a little past their prime, so I decided to turn them into vinegar because I've been experimenting with other vinegars. Once you get this one down, you'll want to experiment with all kinds of fruits and vegetables. Go away. You want to experiment with all kinds of fruits and vegetables. So once you get the 5 apples, you're going to add the sugar, and you need 1 cup of sugar for this. So we'll just throw the sugar in there now. So farmers, what kind of apples do you have at your place? Get with another farmer and trade up some apples, and then you'll have a nice diverse red and green apples, and you can make an apple cider vinegar too. So I have a finished one here that was made also from Detroit apples and apples that were put away and didn't make it all the way through, and when they started to get soft and mushy that we couldn't eat them, we could have baked with them, but we decided to make apple cider vinegar. And this one is going to be a fire cider because after I make my apple cider vinegar, that's one of the uses I use it for. I also use it for cleaning, and I have used it for a face toner too. And I totally forgot about that. I'm going to start using it again because it was helpful. Okay, so we got 4 cores, 1 more core. And we're going to use this really ugly apple. So we want to cut off some of the, let me do that in a sec. We want to cut off some of the bruising. So once we get our apples together, all you need is 5 for this small batch. So when you want to make bigger batches, if like we're going to do it in a 5-gallon bucket, which you can do if it's a food grade bucket, because some vinegars now come in plastic. For a long time I've been reluctant to use plastic, and I really don't hardly ever use it. But if you wanted to, you could make it in a 5-gallon bucket, and so you would use 25 apples. And then you would use, I see a little seed got in there and I don't want it in there. Well, I'm sure it's not going to hurt it if 1 seed is in there. And I can't get it right now, but you get the point. Try not to get any seeds in there. And then I'm going to take another apple and I'm going to cut it like this. And I could have done this with one of the 5 apples, and I wish I had a better knife. But we're going to use this to hold down the apples under the liquid, because as this ferments, we need to keep this underneath the liquid so that it doesn't pick up any other bacteria or mold or anything. So we're going to use these. Okay, so we got our apples. Oh, there's the seed.
Yay.
Yay. And I'm going to pour the water. So once you have this, you're going to put this in a place that's put it in a place. Now I like to use these jars because I use this lip area to help hold down my apples under the liquid. I'm going to use these slices to hold it down. Anything floats above it, I take it out, okay? Then I put more water on top. Now I'm going to put this somewhere where I'm not going to move it around too much. I'm also going to stir that up a bit. I'm just going to use this. I usually use a wooden spoon. I forgot to bring my wooden spoon today. That's not going to work. Put that over here, Sylvia. So I want to add that we're in my friend Sylvia's beautiful far east side breakfast nook doing this, and this isn't going to work either. So obviously you stir it up before, then you put the apples on top, then you're going to put this here. Now once you put it in it's best to put it in a cool dark spot, and I put a plate underneath in case as it fizzes up it doesn't overflow. As this ferments, it will turn into cider that you can drink, alcohol. But I don't do that, so I let it go past that process. So it does turn into alcohol, and you want it, for the apple cider vinegar, you want it to go 1 month, and then you can take off the SCOBY, and when you're making a healthy vinegar, it will form a SCOBY. This is a fig vinegar, as I mentioned, and that's a nice, beautiful, healthy SCOBY on top. And when your apple cider vinegar is done, you can take that SCOBY off and start another batch using the SCOBY and apples and some sugar. Or you can feed it to your ducks, or you can just put it in your compost. Or you could make vegan leather out of it. That'd be cool. And once you get the hang of it, you can make other fruits and vegetables into vinegars. And this one is a blueberry one from blueberries I was gifted. And that's that.
That's that.
And that's that. Thanks for joining us in the kitchen today. Me and T will see you another time. Have a great day. And an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Ciao, babies.